Hello and welcome to Chasing the Dollar, brought to you by TAB Sportsbet. Ben Damon's my name, joined as always by Tim Newbold. Tim, another week and another feature coming up, the Summer Cup this time around.
Yeah, short on numbers, only 13 nominations for the series, but chock full of quality. It'll be a good series and it'll be a cracking final on Saturday week.
Yeah, most certainly. We will have a look at that in just a moment, but let's call in with TAB Sportsbet. Glenn Munsie is filling in this week. Glenn, take us through everything that's happening in greyhound racing.
Well, thanks, Benny. Let's have a look tonight's racing. Of course, Group 1 racing from Albion Park, the running of the Brisbane Cup. Saturday night at Wentworth Park, we've got the running of heats of the Summer Cup. And haven't we had a big week of greyhound racing? Of course, the Melbourne Cup. Yesterday, the TAB Sportsbet Great Chase run at the Meadows. And that's a great initiative where a couple of community groups, well, each dog is responsible for a group. And they get the prize there, and I think you'll find around about big news in the Sale, Bendigo type of areas, although Sale and Bendigo's a long way away. Might have been Bendigo. I think they got the third dog, and they were tickle pink that they got 1,000 for, I think it was an aged care home or whatever, for that coming out of the Great Chase. As we said, Summer Cup on Saturday night. Now, of course, at TAB Sports, but if you're doing a form on the Brisbane Cup tonight, you might want to link that with a horse race. You might want to link it with a trotting race. You might want to link it with another greyhound race, because at TAB Sportsbet, that's the only place you're able to do that. So you can do your Brisbane Cup form. There's horse meetings up for, of course, Canterbury on Saturday. The Miracle Mile's up for Saturday night. 7 of the races up already there. Smoking up. Can he go back-to-back in the Miracle Mile this Saturday night? Remember, TAB Sportsbet, not only can you take a double, but you can also take a treble. So be very, very versatile and take a greyhound, a harness and a horse race at TAB Sportsbet.
Thank you very much, Glenn. We'll move on to the races on Saturday night at Wentworth Park, and there are 2 heats of the Schweppes Summer Cup. The first of them is race number 3, so not one of our quaddie legs, but we'll have a look at it. 6 starters going around here.
Yeah, Thrilling Brat, the Kiwi, ultra impressive, virtually leading all of the way last week in 42.15, near track record time. He's going to be improved by the run on the track. The one to beat for mine, Zipping Lad. He's probably just racing a little below his best, but he's drawn box 1. He's got an incredible record from inside alleys, and he loves Wentworth Park. And you've got to throw in number 5, He's My Future, back to his best, sitting second and then finishing strongly last week. That trio, one of those 3 will be winning.
All right, the second of the heats is race number 5. This is the first leg of the quad.
I like 6, which is Key to Eden. Is coming into this off a bit of a freshen up. Had a few 700 runs in a row, then came back to the 600 and tuned right up for this with a run at Gosford. I think she'll come into this series prime, ready to go. 7, Zipping Malfoy, Group 1 Bold Trees winner at Sandown last week. Got to be thrown in. And number 8, Grandeur, the Victorian, having its first run at Wentworth Park. Will improve on whatever it does, but I'm sure it will be ready for the series. And number 1, Cowden Mayhem. The South Australian is very, very talented, but I'm a little worried with the preparation she's had coming into the series. I think any one of that quartet can win the race. I don't think it's an easy race, and I wouldn't want to take shorts about Key to Eden.
All right, well, those are the 2 heats of the Summer Cup. Race 6 is the second leg of the quaddie. This is the free-for-all at Wentworth Park on Saturday night. A pretty good-looking race too. A tough one for you.
Oh, it really is really tough. You could make a case for nearly every runner. I'm going to go with number 1, Adam Away. He's one of my favourite greyhounds. I think he's nearing peak fitness. He's well drawn on the inside. He's got the good early pace to lead and use that inside alley to advantage. If he does lead, he'll go very, very close to winning. Number 3, Chenzu's Boy at Value, can run a big race. Gallant when beaten by Main Drag last week. And number 6, Sam's Conquest, is very touchy at box rise, but has got high speed when he's fully rolling into stride. He's got a great chance, and you could name another 2 or 3 which can win the race. Very, very tough, but I'm going to go with Adam Away.
Yeah, it's a tough race for sure. Race number 6, we've got the 1 on top. We move on to race number 7, and Zipping Man comes back here. Can he win first up?
Oh, he can. He's trained by Jason McKay, so he'll be prepared for a first up victory, but he does lack early pace. He's strong at the end. You'll have to steer him through at the right times to get into the clear and finish strongly. If he does get the luck, he'll be hard to beat. I'm going with number 5, High Voltage, a pacey greyhound, stepping up to the 500 for the first time in about 3 weeks. I'm not all that worried about box number 5 because Zipping Man is drawn on its inside, so it should get enough room to move in the early stages and roll to at the top. I think it'll be very hard to beat. Zipping Man, a big danger. Throw in 7 bells action, ideally drawn wide out on the track, and has got the pace to be competitive.
All right, race number 7. Tim likes the yellow. On to the final leg of the quaddie. Chasing the Cash goes around here. We're on Chasing the Dollar. We tipped him last week. He couldn't get home for us. What about this week?
Well, I think he's got a chance, but I'm a little worried the where he's boxed. He's drawn inside Pippi Keeping, which wants to run to the rail. Chasing the Cash wants to shift. They could come together in the run to the first turn, which is a big concern. I'm going to go with number 1, Stylish William, because of the alley. Should get a great run underneath Chasing the Cash. He has been costly, Stylish William, but he can run time on his night, and I think he'll get a great chance on Saturday night. 2, Chasing the Cash. If he does begin well and clear Pippi Keeping and lead, he'll be very hard to beat. And the same could be said for Pippi Keeping. If it does lead, it'll be hard to beat. I'm just going to go with number 1, Stylish William from the inside alley. Should get a great run.
Might be a bit of value too.
It should be, because I think Chasing the Cash and Pippi Keeping will hold most of the market.
All right, race number 8. We've got the one on top. Very tricky little meeting at Wentworth Park this Saturday night. Tim, what's your best of them?
I like race 1, number 2, Banzai Karoma. Walked out of the boxes last week, then struck all sorts of trouble. Really good run to run third. Well drawn near the inside. Only needs luck in the run to the back. Weave into the clear and we'll be winning.
And you've tipped a couple at value. Which one are you choosing for us?
I'm going to go with Adam Away in race 6, number 1. That race is a very, very hard race, but because of the quality of the race, you will get a price, maybe around $4 or $5. I think from the inside he'll run a really big race.
All right, let's get back to Glenn Munsie from TAB Sportsbet. Take us through what's happening in sport.
Well, thanks, guys. If I gave you all the information that's happening at TAB Sportsbet, Chasing the Dollar may go out to be an hour-and-a-half show, and I'm sure the people would want that. But what's coming up this weekend, golf-wise, the PGA Championship at Coolum, and big news on Thursday morning, Australian Open champion Greg Chalmers aced the 11th hole. Now, he only started on the 10th, so his second hole, he got a hole-in-one there. We're betting live on the tournament. You'll see it on 1HD and the Channel 10 networks right throughout the weekend, and bet live on it at TAB Sportsbet. A lot of sport happening around the world. The World Tennis Finals in London. Roger Federer continues to dominate there. It's Thanksgiving in the States, so NFL this week will have a Friday game for Thanksgiving, and then they'll have a couple of days off and come back on Monday morning. Monday afternoon football, of course, and Monday night football, which comes through on a Tuesday, both happening there. AFL markets, NRL markets are up. There'll be specials, of course. Big 6 punters, Wentworth Park on Saturday night. Your Big 6 is races 4 through to 9. There's a co-meeting Big 6 in the horses on Saturday between Canterbury and Moonee Valley, and a whole lot more. And the best way to access it, of course, is go down in New South Wales or Victoria to see your local TAB agent. Get on the web to tab.com.au. Get on your iPhone and your iPad with all those new technology, and of course the Sky Racing addition to the TAB Sportsbet app. You get to watch the races and hear the races as well. And if you've got an Android phone, there's also an app for that. We'll be back next week where Matty Jenkins comes back from his world tour, boys, to keep you up with what's happening at TAB Sportsbet.
Okay, thank you, Glenn. Well, Tim, it's a tough old Saturday night for us, isn't it?
Yeah, it doesn't look an easy meeting, Ben, but I think there is a bit of value on the program. Hopefully we can get one of those home and make it a winning night.
All right, we'll have a look, that is for sure. We'll see you next time on Chasing the Dollar.